Hello everyone, we have made a data mining about Thank You Nikki this hashtag, and we'd like to show some information about this project. There will be 4 parts including introduction, procedure, result, and conclusion.
You may not know this person, but when I say her nickname is Malachi in Chinese, you may have heard of her. Minaj's English pronunciation is similar to the Chinese Malachi, so in China, fans are used to calling Nicki Minaj Malachi. Nicki Minaj is the hottest female rap superstar in the United States in the past decade. Nicki Minaj is called as the Queen of Rap. Let's look at the success it achieved. 6 American Music Awards, 11 BET Awards, 4 MTV Video Music Awards, 4 Billboard Music Awards, a Billboard Women in Music Rating Star Award, and 10 Grammy Award nominations. 9 years ago, Nicki Minaj released her debut album Pink Friday and won the Billboard 200 album chart in one fell swoop, with global sales exceeding 3 million. It holds a record for the largest female debut album in the United States in a decade, with a cumulative sales of 376,000. The fans of Nicki Minaj created the hashtag #ThankYouNicki to thank Nicki for her influence over the years. The hashtag #ThankYouNicki topped in the trend of Twitter. It represents a kind of cultural phenomenon. Although the public persona of Nicki is controversial, it still implies many Twitter users following. The personal image of Nicki Minaj is always associated with sexy dress and large bankers. Some people argue that Nicki Minaj aligns herself with the roles that females are accepted to play in male-dominated hip-hop culture, including her dressing and performance. Others think that Minaj is proud of her physical appearance of black women instead of trying to be one of the boys to adapt to the male-dominated industry, which leads to a real and perspective change to inspire young black girls to be confident for their bodies and gender. The success of Nicki Minaj drives the development of hip-hop phenomenon. Hip-hop music market is dominated by black men. The relationship between genres and the American music market are worth discussing. We will use the Twitter API to access the data behind this hashtag and find more interesting things behind it.
To start with, we first install packages that are required for Twitter data collection and visualization. After install these packages, we use create token function to create Twitter authorization tokens so that we could get access to Twitter API. After that, search tweet function are used to create the most recent 7,000 tweets containing the hashtag #ThankYouNicki. The reason why we thought 7,000 is a proper quantity is that this hashtag became trending on November 22. If we only collect 7,000 or 6,000 tweets, the earliest tweet we collect will be posted on that day, November 22, which means that we will have no Twitter status post before November 22. And all the data we collected are put into our data frame named Nikki. And the next step following data collection was data visualization. Here, we used 2 visualization methods and 3 plots to discover knowledge behind this messy data. The first visualization method was word cloud. We choose the tweet content as source to plot the word cloud. And to get more accurate frequencies of the word, we remove numbers, punctuations, white space, and English common stop words from the original text. And finally, we use the word cloud 2 function to plot the word cloud. The second type of visualization we used was timeline. At first, we draw a timeline to present the changing trend of the frequencies of this hashtag being used in each day. In this timeline, tweets count were aggregated using 3-hour intervals. We also wonder who were the most frequent users of this hashtag, and also the posting trend of them. So we sorted user ID by their hashtag use frequencies, and then we plot the timeline of the top 10 users recent 3,000 tweets.
Now I'd like to talk about our result. We extracted high-frequency words from the recent 7,000 tweets with "Thank you, Nikki" to generate the following word count. From the produced word count, we can find the most frequent words are some basic words such as love, cringe, rap, thank, and Nikki's name. It seems that the Nikki's fans' most intuitive feelings for contribution to hip-hop music these years are praise and gratitude. They use the most straightforward words to express their simplest and strongest feeling. Then we notice some emotional word with a second gradient in word cloud's frequency, such as female, tending, and never. It confirms that Nicki is playing significant roles in driving hip-hop femininity. Last but not least, Babza, the nickname given to Nicki's armies of 09 fans, and Pink's 5 Day, the name of his studio album. This personal touch also have a place in high-frequency words. This returns to the original intention of this spontaneous Twitter topic event in honor of a special day and thank her for her influence on Babza over the years. We have the frequency of the hashtag #ThankYouNikki Twitter statuses from the past 5-day time plot. As can be seen from the given time plot, the peak of this topic activity appears on November 22nd, and then the topic hit quickly cooled down in the next day. After the 23rd and the day that were included in the data, the topic tend to end. This trend is very common in large fans to commemorate their idol debut first single release. Quickly large and then the hit fade in a short time. November 22nd is the day when Nicki's first album, Pink's 5 Day, was released 9 years ago. Therefore, this is an awesome opportunity for brands to praise and appreciate Nicki for her brighter performance in the hip-hop music for so many years. From timelines of top 10 users, we can find that the big outbreak trend is due on the November 2nd, and we have users who have made huge contribution to the number of tweets. At the same time, some users keep at it during all the statistical period. We use the Twitter API to collect tweets with hashtag #ThankYouNikki, then analyze the frequency of the words. This study finds that the most frequent word is love, which means that users' comments and feelings about Minaj's possible are positive. In addition, female, woman, rapper appear frequently. Another good or frequent word is ass and bitch with sexually experienced humiliation. Another good or frequent word is ass and bitch with sexually experienced humiliations. A lot of people appreciate her musical talents, title her as icon artist. As for Minaj's personality, people perceive her as a strong, beautiful, confident, and powerful woman. The results of this research supports the idea that representation and image can be simultaneously empowering and problematic. On the one hand, emphasis on physical appearance and gender reflects her self-identity as an African American female and shows a confident image, which would encourage more young black girls to break the reputation from the past and show more positive sides. On the other hand, the physical appearance and image of Minaj would flame and discourse surrounding African American females and be viewed as the standard to divide those women, which would certainly restrain the diversity of black females. The result demonstrates there is a stigma associated with the female rapper. and we find that the evaluation system can escape the past male-dominated hip hop culture. For example, the users on Twitter use some masculinity words when they evaluate a female rapper. Findings in this report are subject to at least 3 limitations. First, this study was limited on Twitter. We are not sure whether it is applicable to other social media platforms. Second, the select hashtag has a positive emotional tendency, which can't fully reflect the published evaluations of minority. Third, due to the time and amount of data collected by Twitter API, it is impossible to capture more comprehensive data for analysis. That's all our presentation. Thank you. And here is our reference.